everything's about to die. Like literally everything. Oops. All right, hang on. Oh, okay, we are live now. Let me
Hello,
just
everyone.
yeah, there we
Just a
go.
quick live. We're testing a lot of things out, finding our rhythm, see how we go about. So there are a lot of people, who want to find out about Petit Lenormand. And I was thinking, okay, I should somehow provide a series, with short things, everyday life circumstances. As you know from my work, I always like to solve whatever question there is. Even if we're doing blah blah blah, I shuffle the cards and I always like to cut the deck. And then we often have like two cards, for your example, if I cut the deck and have like the bear, that's something else. Bear. I start learning. So I have like the bear and the guard. You see? And then what can this actually mean? You see, but that's always about that. So bear and garden. So we have to somehow fuse these two concepts. The garden is talking about, for instance, or especially, in its core meaning, about the people that somehow surround you. So, or people in a certain context. You see?
Hmm.
If this would be a card or a question about your work, of course, these people probably are your colleagues or maybe your clients, whatever work that you do where people are involved.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there is the bear. And the bear is always like a good card, it's a card of prosperity. But since it's like a club card, there is always an edge to that, of um, you know, of bad luck. And the bad luck of the bear is, so the bear is like always the card of uh, prosperity, and this prosperity is always in like the aspects that the bear. So all you are powerful in regard of your position, or you get good help, but there is always this club cards there. And the only, because this is like a good card, but it's a bad card. Good, but made someone angry. And even he or she could be so angry that he or she is jealous. So, especially in a love context, if this would be the question of the answer for you solely regarding one card, okay, how will this relationship be? This will be a good relationship. You will prosper. It's like very good, but it's always like in a climate that there are other people who don't
Yeah.
like you to have this relationship, who are angry with you, and often that's
Yeah.
because of your position about the might of the bear. You see,
Yeah.
they might be friendly in your face, but behind your back, there's always like this jealousy. You see, and if I would now have like a workplace context question and I shuffle these cards and I cut the deck, and then I have like regarding probably colleagues or clients, whatever work that you do, and the bear prosperity. So it's like logical. So this will be a good day maybe at the office, but someone is not amused with you.
Hmm.
And then it's often to see, okay, but it show in the context, and then the other cards somehow show, okay, there is the snake, there is the mountain, there is the fox, you see, then okay, but this will not be a pleasant day at the office. But on a daily level, no, you also should ramp it down. See, this maybe this colleague, when you have like a discussion, and he or she has like um, a strong opinion about it for the afternoon, whilst tomorrow it's like gone,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, if you're honest, that's something, I also often am a bit grumpy once. I know I should not, but I'm grumpy anyway.
Yeah.
You see
No.
how important it is to somehow grasp the context of these cars, but also, I think it's like interesting that we explain it in this way a little bit
Yeah.
more. And this is also the way how we go about in our courses, in our architecture of Lenormand, in our summer of Lenormand, everything we do, that we somehow learn to read these cars, but that we explain it in like a really good context. You see, I like to swim whilst we're on the water and not on a wet towel on the side of the pool. You
Hmm.
see, we cannot read a book about swimming. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Drop that book and go in the water. No, and that's like
Yeah.
a. I'm, I'm, I'm really for practical experience.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So remind whenever you have to bail, it's like a good card. You know, this is a card. If you ask an outcome and you can somehow know for sure it to be good, then you should take this anyway. But there are
Yeah.
better good cards because this always comes like with an edge. So
Yeah.
the bear is not good, it gives you a good strong position, but there will be this clubs element, and you might meet some enemies. And I don't know how this enemy will play out. It's like a silent enemy, or is it someone who smiles in your face and maybe whatever. So whenever the bear is there, and only the bear is like good. That's
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
often that they respect your position. You see, often it is also about position because the bear is like, yeah, a strong animal as well. You cannot somehow scare the bear away.
Yeah. Yeah.
But from the moment, if people are afraid of you or whatever, and this is not the case anymore, then you will receive several backstabbings, you can be sure. So this is like always to do with the bear, and the garden, it somehow alludes to people in a certain context. It alludes to people in general. And that's cardamancy, that you somehow fuse the concepts where they stand for and that you somehow explain this to yourself.
Yeah.
So,
You know, I had a question. I don't think I've ever asked you this because it's like one of those questions you don't think about, but like when you're shuffling cards and then you pull two, do you ever count the flyaway cards with tarot or anything, or do you just shuffle them back in?
mhm.
This it just came to my mind. Because some people are
I,
like, those are meant to be seen, where they fly across the room and you actually have to get up and walk over to get them.
then you're like a really heavy shuffler, isn't it?
I've had that happen. That's why, like, where you gotta like reach under the table.
Everyone has a stake on that, but
Yeah,
I
that's why I'm curious.
cardamancy, divination, that's like a broad spectrum. And here we go again, in the larger way, also mythological. So, for instance, you are now reading Mercia Iliade. So, the sacred
Yes,
and profane, we have like
yeah,
the idea of the center of the world.
yes,
But the center of the world is somehow, has to somehow come about. And a lot of myths, for instance, I take this, everyone knows like Oxford, like in England, with its popular universities. So the mythology of Oxford is that they somehow sent an ox whilst the city was not yet there, and I don't remember the right context because it's like coming back in several occasions. Or that's where the ox comes to rest, or where the ox starts to eat. I don't know. But there is like the center of the world. From there on, there comes like the temple or the fire, and around the fire, the universe or the world comes to exist. You see? So it's always to do, okay, let's paint this time. If the powers that be, whatever that can be, somehow, especially with animals, grants it fate or grants it somehow the autonomy to depend where is the center of the world. So if we do divination, if we somehow want to tap in what we don't know yet, or what we cannot say, or the mystery, whatever, then we have to rely on faith. And if I shuffle an oracle, if I want to work with an oracle, can it yell harder to me if someone flies something out? You see,
Yes.
that's what I think is like really important because that's where it is like yelling. And then I have to take this card. That's like a good card. So I hope this the card for us, Morgan, for Mystery Channel.
Oh,
The best.
love it. The flowers. Yeah, I love it.
So yes, everything that happens for some kind of reason, of course, that's not true. But if I have to take this oracle serious, I think that it has its own mind. I
Yeah.
cannot say that for sure. But then I see it as an action of the oracle itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot dismiss that. That's not like sitting in a school, taking up your finger. No, that's like jumping on your table.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Something important, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. That's why I was just curious because everyone has, like you said, their own take on it. So, and I was like, I never
Yeah.
asked yours.
Yeah. So please write in the comments how you go about. But that's also like important. Make your own style. Yeah, and that there are many ways to go to rule. But I think if you want to tap in the potential of your oracle and into your own potential, it always has to be in an authentic way.
Hmm. Yeah.
If I say I go about like this, and Morgan would take that entire concept, it probably won't work for her. And neither would it do the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and it's not like, oh, you have to be gifted these first cards and then you have to sleep with these cards on your pillow so that in the night, that can by your ears come in your frontal cortex. Yeah,
I
maybe
think,
that's the case, but I am proof. I never did that I could read cards. So yeah, that's also yeah,
yeah. No,
that you
yeah, I'm just laughing. I've fallen asleep reading cards before, so then you wake up and they're like all across the bed.
that's something else.
Yeah.
That's not intentional
That's why
putting
I'm
them on the
laughing.
record. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
absolutely do
No,
that.
no, no, I've never, yeah, not intentionally. I've unintentionally, like,
Yeah, but you have cards everywhere. I think you have cards in your shoes as well,
yeah, pockets, yeah, like purses.
like a poker player.
Yeah, it's, yeah, we're ready for anything. Well, I love taking pictures with it, out in nature, out in like, especially if you see something like you see like two, like an archway, so you pull out the card, or like the two sticks, and then you're like, oh, it's two of wands, but that's the tarot. But just stuff like that. Or you actually see like a crazy dog or something. I'm trying to think of like the craziest thing I've seen. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's been a
and
lot.
we will do the same on tarot. We will give a lot of examples. In our lives, we are testing a new device. And not this device, to be honest, because we are now live by YouTube. But you will find us in many other ways, and we yeah, are experimenting with a lot of stuff. But we will make much more short videos because my work on the terror history, which will be called No Terror question mark, will also be due, and we will connect some really important dots in regards of the terror history. Some things I knew for like almost 10 years, and I get my mouth shut for once. I knew the time would come that we would do something around this. So, yeah,
Yeah.
make sure that you follow us. We always make it fun, but also like serious. We will do a lot of great things also on talent. So
Yeah.
make sure that here we, do everything to do with mystery. We talk about Freemasonry, tarot, card of course, because we are known from that era. But from here we segue into the Knight Templars, the Arthurian legends, terror history, everything to
Yeah.
do with history. Akashic records, and everything that's is marginal for the in regards of astrology and all that. So yeah,
Stars.
it's the
Well,
place to be. So make
yeah.
sure that you don't miss out on anything. So
Yeah.
thank you very
Definitely.
much for your attention. Stay
Yeah.
tuned. Make sure that you're part of our socials and Facebook groups that you somehow stay in the know of us because now the train really took off. You know,
Yeah.
make sure
Yes.
you're on board.
Yes.